Hi guys, today we're going to be building this welding / jig table. It's heavy duty, so stay tuned. Oh hey guys, this is my newest project, my brand new welding table. I've gotten some ideas from some guys online, and I was looking at the Stronghand Tools welding table, and I've been kind of mulling this in my head for really a few years, you know. Ever since I saw the Stronghand welding table, I thought to myself, I can build something similar. And so let me show you what I got. You can see how it's got the slats on it. Now the Stronghand table has a lot of holes in it, you know, in predetermined locations, and I thought about doing that, but man, that would have been way too labor intensive. But I was thinking that for myself, I don't really need that. What I need is something that's easy to clamp parts to. So here's some of the clamps that I have. And as you can see, I can just stick them right in through there and clamp my items through there. See how this clamp here is fairly thick. And that's almost 2 inches. That's almost 2 inches thick right in this web area. I mean, these are good heavy Wilton clamps. So I wanted to be able to use all these clamps that I got. And I can get these in there. And what's nice about this, I can reach halfway through. So what it is these are 5-inch slats. Now, let me tell you something. There's no real reason why I went with some of the sizes that I went with. It mostly had to do with what I could get cheap or free. So, for instance, these slats here are 5 inches by 3/8 of an inch. They're 38 inches long, and the reason why I went with 38 inches is because they were 10 feet long, and I could get 3 38-inch pieces out of them. Actually, I could have got 39, but I decided to go with 38 because I figured, well, you know, 36, if I got a 36-inch thing, I got room to clamp or put some stops in on the ends. These channels on the end, let me see if I can get you a good view of those. They're large angle irons, which make the framing part of it. What these were, this was a lintel over a 16-foot garage door. It was 18 feet or 20 feet or something like that. And I got that for free because they ended up taking the brick off the house. I ended up getting a 3.5-inch by 5-inch by 3/8 thick, 20-foot long angle iron for free. So as you can see, I have 3 of them in here. And there's a reason for that. Because like the Stronghand table, I can move these slats in or out, which converts a 3-foot wide table into a 5-foot wide table. And let me show you how that works. And these are 5/16 inch screws. It took me a little while to plan this out. But these are 1 foot on center, these screw holes here, and so are these angle irons. So just like that, now I have something that'll hold something that's 5 feet wide. So from the end of that slat to the end of this one, I got 62 inches, 5'2" inches. Now I did all this stuff on a milling machine, but I'm 99.9% sure you could do this on a drill press if you take your time laying out your holes. These holes on this angle iron are 7 inches apart, and these slats are 5 inches apart. Now, like I said, this steel was cheap. They must have been irregulars, because some of them are like 5 inches, some are 5 1/4, some are, I mean, they varied from 5 inches to 5 3/8 wide. That's why I decided to set them 7 inches apart, so I get basically almost 2 inches in between on most of them. This thing is perfectly flat. Perfectly. What I mean by that is within 1/16 of an inch. Probably less than that, more like a 32nd of an inch. And that had a lot to do with these being very straight and these angle irons being very straight. And the way I put it together, I really took my time before I welded everything up, and I just kind of tacked things and screwed things in place and kind of twisted it and tweaked it and adjusted it till it was perfect. I put it on casters. So I like to be able to move stuff around in my shop. These are some heavy-duty casters that I got at Harbor Freight. I don't remember what I paid for them, but they were fairly inexpensive. They're rated for about 700 pounds a piece. They're like 5-inch, 6-inch casters. This end piece right here, this was some 5/16 by 5-inch that I put on the ends. So this is kind of what holds everything stiff in this direction here. And, you know, I got the same thing on the other side. Now I'm not completely done with this, that's why it's not painted. I have to clean all the rust off of it. I'm probably just going to take it outside and sandblast it with a pressure washer. It's about 32 inches high. And I like that because when I'm welding, particularly with TIG, I like to be able to put my elbows down. You know, that way there I get a nice sweep. I can get a nice even sweep. You don't want to make these things too high, and really I would have liked it maybe about 2 inches lower, but this is kind of the way it panned out. These casters are adjustable. By twisting them up or down, you can raise the corners and set it level. Because even as stiff as this thing is, by shifting the weight a little bit, there's still a little bit of flex in this thing. Not a lot, but there's enough to, you know, I can take a 16th out of it or whatever. These casters didn't come with locks on them. I'm going to figure something out to do with locking these casters, because once I set it in a place where I'm going to be welding for a little while, I want to make sure everything stays level, because the floor is not level in here. So once I park it and I'm going to be welding, I want to make sure that it doesn't move from its level position. So I have to make some sort of locking mechanism for these casters. And the reason why I built the leveling mechanism into the casters is because I just didn't want to have to deal with legs and all that when it came time to move it. Once I put wheel locks on it, I'll be able to just clip them on or clip them off. And I'll probably fabricate something to go on these. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something to keep it from rolling. So right now it's a little rusty because, like I said, it was all cheaper free steel. I probably got I didn't pay a lot. I'm probably $250 into this table. If anybody priced out a Stronghand table, they're about $4,000. Now, is this a Stronghand table? Nah, not really, but it's close, you know. For $250, you ain't gonna get nothing much better than this. So I got the table painted. I ended up painting it with some blue epoxy paint I had. It's a 2-part epoxy. I primed it, painted it, and now I'm just chasing the threads out because some paint went down in there. But you can, I don't know if you can see that, but The holes are 7 inches on center. I'll come back to you guys when I'm ready to put the slats on. I learned that I don't want to tighten the crap out of these because they're hard to get up if I tighten them too tight with that thing. Now, a big reason why I chased out the threads here is because they had paint in them. And the way I'm going to set this up is I'm probably going to put a copper ground strap on here somewhere with a screw. I'll probably grind off some of this paint just so we get good contact. And because I want these plates to ground through these screws. So that's basically why I cleaned out the threads. So that's my welding table build. I'm happy I built it. This is going to come in real handy. I've been making do with makeshift metal tables. I had one of them folding metal welding tables. They're good for certain things, but for building larger frames and stuff, this is going to come in really, really handy. I hope I was able to help somebody. I'm really happy that I built this. I've been wanting one of these for quite some time. For your 3D printing guys, I hope I didn't go off track too far, but this is kind of a machine shop / welding shop, so you know I do a lot of different stuff. But fear not, because I'm going to be building a Hypercube Evolution printer, and it's going to have a welded steel frame rather than the aluminum extrusions. That's going to be a nice rigid frame. I didn't want the aluminum extrusions because, one, the joints are kind of, they're not that tight on there, and steel is a lot cheaper than those aluminum extrusions. The aluminum extrusions, for the size of the printer that I wanted to make, it's probably going to be a 400 by 400 by 400 millimeter build area. The extrusions for that were probably going to be about $125 plus hardware. I'm going to be building my frame for about 20 bucks. I'll be printing out all the brackets out of nylon on my ANET A6. So stay tuned for that. Guys, if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Check out some of my other videos right here. Thanks for watching.